You are now live, it says. Hello, this is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire in England, and just getting going. So I'm loading up everything that's needed for this live broadcast, including Facebook, and got Facebook, so we're good. I'm just going to go live on Amazon Live. Okay, so we're ready to go live on Amazon Live. 3, 2, 1, and we're live on Amazon Live. And let's see what happens today. Interesting times on Amazon. But you're looking at Cane Hill locks, which is the largest set of locks in the world. And it runs from Bristol to London, and it carries holiday traffic, barges between those two ports. In fact, I don't think anybody actually goes the whole length. And just waiting to go live on Amazon. And I think we are. Let's say hello. And here I am. And this is Durham Park. And we say hello to Stream Element Spot on YouTube. So hello. And hello to everybody watching on Facebook and on YouTube. I'm just going to go to Amazon Live. I'm going to refresh and take it easy today. It's Friday. This is my last broadcast of the week, and to celebrate, I'm actually using XSplit VCam, which means I can do this. I can actually switch my background. Hopefully, yeah. I'm broadcasting on BeLive, which is up there, and I noticed a slight delay, so we'll persevere with this for a minute or two, and then I might switch cameras. Depending on what's on Amazon Live. I'm still waiting for Amazon Live to come through. Okay, so let's switch cameras and come here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that camera. Right, we've got sound again. Okay, so we're back with sound. This is Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. And I just need to close one or two things down and we should be underway. So give me a second. And I just want to close that down. Okay, so that's gone. I want to go over here and switch my light on. So my light is now on. So I'm now lit. And if I go over here, I should have. Yes, I have. Good. Things are coming together. It takes a few seconds to set up, but once we're set up, I can show this on screen and take myself off full screen. And we're going to be talking, well, it is lights, camera, action. So we're going to be talking about Nexigo N970p. We're going to be talking about Logitech Brio, the Oberspot 4K. I'm highlighting the Nexigo down in the carousel at the moment. And if I hide that card, we should end up with me. No, we haven't. Need to hide that card of the locks, hide that card of the item, and formally switch my camera on. We're back. Okay, so bit of sorting out. We're getting there slowly. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, and I am live on Facebook. So say hello, Facebook, and live on YouTube. And we're actually posting links to everything that I show. If you're watching on Amazon, you can see the carousel. If you're not watching on Amazon, then you can see the item by clicking the link, and that will take you directly to amazon.com, and you find out more about the item. Okay, so I need to add another camera. Just a minute. So I'm in my studio, and I'm just going to add another camera, and that camera, hopefully, if I go here, is, because I'm going to talk about it, I need to show it to you. So it's the Nexigo, and just waiting for it to come up. Okay, we've got a situation here, and it's saying the camera's taken. Just a minute. Hang on. Let's close that down. Close that. Shrink that, and I'm back. And I'm still getting the fact that the camera I'm trying to use is not available. So let's have one more go. Nope, it's not playing. Okay, I'll be back in a minute, just a second. Whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to show you an image. Okay, and I'll be back in a second. Right, I've refreshed. It doesn't take that long to refresh, and thank you for waiting, and thank you for staying with me. Gremlins, and I'm just trying to get the camera sorted so I can actually talk about it. If I can't get it, then we'll move on, but just give me a chance to find it. And it's that one there. When you want things to go well and they don't. Okay, and I've been reset. Just a minute. Everything's going wrong today. Let's go down a bit. Go to the side a bit. Not that way, this way. That camera is now fuzzy. Now I'm back. I just need to go down a little bit. Right. One of the things about live broadcasting is that you can't count on everything working perfectly. And we've got that situation today. And the thing to do is just to go through and just carry on regardless. Now, what I'm going to try and do is get through most of the items that are in the carousel. So let me close down Amazon because there's nothing to see over there at the moment. I'm going to close down my web share, and the only thing I've got left is the screen that you're watching now. And thank you for watching, and thank you for watching on Facebook or YouTube and on Twitch today. We're actually live on Twitch. But the next time we're going to go to is this. And anything can happen here. Okay, that's not the picture I wanted. You're in the right place if you want everything to go wrong today. We're going across the ceiling, we're going down, down, and we've got to me. Okay, I've got a comment coming in, and can I take the comment? That's the question. Hello, Corinda. And question is, what's your Amazon? If you click the link up above in the text, Corinda, it should take you straight across to Amazon Live. Yeah, it should take you straight there. There's no messing. I always post when I post on Facebook and YouTube. I always post the link, so the link should be up above. If you read the text at the top of the post, you'll find the link. If it's not there, then let me know. But because you've come on, what I'm going to do is I'm going to this. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I'm actually going to bring on the snake. Okay. So I'm on there because I posted. Live video page is there because it's posted. And the snake is, well, YouTube is there. And the blank one is you again, Corinda. You've got no name at the moment. Okay. And over to Corinda. I got one as well. Just a minute. Yeah, I know you got the snake. The snake to work well, you actually need people to comment. If you're watching me live on Amazon, please do say hello. But we're going through interesting times, and got a bright light on my head. Okay, let's see. It's going to be one of those days, so just bear with me a moment. Okay, and I've moved again. All my I've got to sort out my cameras this weekend. I really do. I've got a situation. That's the old spot, isn't it? Let's go to the old spot and come back to me. Okay, the old spot did try to follow me then, and that created a problem because I wasn't followable. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. If there's anything you'd like to talk about today, then please do say. You are watching, if I can get this on screen, and go here, switch sticky notes on, turn off the snake. Your host is Stephen, live from England, and we're talking about live broadcasting, Logitech Brio, Samsung Mobile, and I want to say a big thank you for watching. And if you've got any questions about live broadcasting, then please do ask. I'm going to switch to my other camera, which should behave itself a little bit better. Okay, and then that's got strange colours on now. Just a minute. Everything's going wrong today. Let me click there. Right, okay, and I need to go down a bit. Not up, down. Okay, this is fun with a Brio camera. So let's go to the Logitech Brio camera and talk about that. Okay, I've got 3 cameras with me today. One of them is not working in my studio. The other one is determined to follow me whatever I do. But the Brio is the most reliable because it's actually just sat. Okay, so let's start off again. Just pretend the last 10 minutes didn't happen. Well, welcome to Broadcast with Stephen, live from England. And this is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen. And if you found me on Amazon, thank you. I don't know what's going on at the moment. Interesting times, as they say. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. That's why I've still got this camera. I thought I'd got rid of this camera. That's why we've got problems. Let's get rid of that camera entirely. Remove. Okay. That should mean that I can now do what I was going to do and go here. And that explains why it was all going wrong. Okay. I will definitely have this sorted out for Monday's show. Okay. But now we can go here. Right. Okay. And what I want to do is I just want to make one adjustment. Just give me a second. Won't take a second. I'm going to take the mirroring off and appear on screen. And I've got an echo. So I'm going to turn that microphone off. And yeah, Corinda said I've got an echo. Thank you. And now it's John. Oh, John, neither of you. Okay. Echo is back. There shouldn't be an echo now. I'm determined there should not be an echo now at all. Yeah. I can't see where an echo would be coming from because there's only this camera. Just a minute. There's only this camera actually in the studio with. Okay, and latest update, it's better now. Okay, and we have another viewer on Amazon Live. Thank you for joining me today. You joined me at the point where I now have all my cameras and all my ducks in a row. Basically, what I've been doing is this. If I take myself off solo, then you can see that I have actually got 3 cameras today. I wanted John to see this. Yeah. John pulled me up there because I had 3 cameras on screen, and he said 3 Stephen Healeys on screen at the same time is too much. So I thought I'd replicate it. Basically, what you have is, if I go there, that's Logitech Brio. If I go there, that is the ObsBot 4K. And if I go there, bottom right-hand corner is me, but it's not me. This is the Nexigo. Hang on, I pressed the wrong key. Just let me sort this out. Okay. All right, this is the Nexigo. So we've got 3 cameras. Okay, and the Logitech Brio and the Nexigo, I should be looking directly into the camera lens. The ObsBot is off to one side. I've got 3 cameras on my BenQ monitor, which is down the carousel. I've got 3 cameras and 1 microphone and 1 remote control. Okay, remote control is for the Nexigo 970p, which is highlighted in the carousel now. And this is going to get us underway, because what I'm going to do, I'm going to get as far as I can talking about the items in the carousel. And if I go here, I can tell you, if I switch that camera off, go off solo, bring this in. Just a sec. Okay. And go off solo and take the picture away. Okay, so we're talking about the Nexigo 970p. You're actually watching it now. Now, the Nexigo is, I'll take its title off. I'm going to sort the lights out in a second as well. So we're talking about the Nexigo 970p. This camera isn't going to follow me. So I can go over here and switch the lights on, which means you can actually see me. So I think we're ready to go now. Okay, now the Nexigo 970p is Zoom certified. Okay, it's down in the carousel at 189.99. It has an onboard flash memory, which means it can remember settings, and you can have up to 10 different settings for this individual camera. It's got AI-powered auto framing. If there's 1 person on screen, it will frame that 1 person. If there is 3 people on screen, it will frame 3 people. And if there are 5 people on screen, it will frame 5 people. I just want to go and get rid of that line that's annoying me. Okay, so I've done that. So it will frame according to whether there's 1, 3, or 5 people on screen. It's got an adjustable field of view, which is how it can actually cover more than 1 person. And the magic to this is I got this camera basically because of the quality of the picture. Simple as that. I love the quality of this picture. It's the best I've seen on a webcam, and it's all down to the Sony sensor, which I'll talk about in a moment. Camera itself, as I say, it's got adjustable field of view with the Sony sensor, and it's got dual AI noise cancelling microphones. Basically, if you are broadcasting on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, and the dog barks, if you've got a noise cancelling microphone, only you will hear it. And the thing here is that you may love your dog, but the people on Zoom may not. Right, as far as the camera is concerned, it is works with Microsoft Teams, it works with Zoom, it works with WebEx, works with Google. It is an ideal conference camera because of the chip. Built into the camera is a Sony CMOS sensor that features up to 3840 by 2160 ultra high definition resolution at 30 frames per second. 30 frames per second is what I'm broadcasting to you at now, which is the industry standard for web-based browsing broadcasting. So it is industry standard, and 3840 by 2160 is 4K. Okay, 720, 1080, 4K. The higher the number, the greater the number of pixels actually being transmitted, and the better the quality of the picture. So I chose this camera for the quality of the image that it gives off. And that's because of that Sony sensor. Now, if I show that again, the N970p is built with a Sony CMOS sensor that features up to 3840 by 2160 resolution at 30 frames per second. It will directly save any settings to the webcam itself for instant recall because of the flash memory. And it has advanced face detection, which is why you can go 1, 3, 5, because it frames everybody perfectly. It's ideal conference camera. Set it on the table and it will see everybody who's sat at the table in front of it. And if there's 3 people there, it will feature 3 people. If there are 5 people, it will expand its field of view. Quite simple and straightforward. Now, the other reason I love this camera is because if I just go to me, it comes with a 10 times digital zoom, which is controllable by this remote control. Looks like a TV remote control. But the thing is, it's got the numbers 1 through 0 on there, and they represent presets. And if I press the number 2, then basically what's happening now is that the camera is zooming out and you can see my office. You can see the books over there. You can see the Samsung all-in-one PC over there. And this is what my office looks like. But it's not what I want to look like when I'm actually presenting to you on Amazon Live. I want to control the set. And I can do this with the remote control that comes with Nexigo. Now, Nexigo are an American company based just outside Seattle. They are electronics retailers. And 4 years ago, they decided to get into cameras. There are now a range of 15 Nexigo cameras to choose from $50 up to $190. And depends what you want the camera to do. Now, if I press button number 1, I will zoom back in. Okay, and I just need to make one adjustment to there. And so that black line has disappeared. Now, all I need to do on the remote control, I need to come up a bit as well. Okay, so I need to go that way. No, I need to go right. So I'm now perfect position. So I can press the preset button on there and I can go 1, and that is preset 1. So now when I go preset 2, it will zoom out. And now when I go to preset 1, it will zoom in and the screen will be perfect. Yep. So you can set and reset any of the 10. So if I go to 3, you can see one side of my office. If I go to 4, you can see the other side of my office, that way. And then go back to 1, and we've now got 1 sorted out. It's working perfectly. So just 2 batteries in here. It's supplied with the camera. You don't need anything extra, and it will give you control of everything. So that's the remote with 10 times digital zoom. It's got dual microphones and wide compatibility. And if I go here, and this is the important thing, Nexigo is an American-born brand built on the core values of innovation. As I say, there are 15 cameras in the range. They're all high quality, and Nexigo fast becoming one of the top brands on Amazon. If you click the link in the carousel, it will take you to the page for this camera. Just a minute. Let's go here. There, and the camera itself was released October 20th, 2021. So it's just had its first birthday. It has low light correction. So if I had to switch my lights off, it would, and that's good. So low light correction. And if I go back up here to tell you, we've been talking about the Nexigo N970p 4K webcam by Nexigo, based just outside Seattle. It's the clearest picture I've seen. It is a 4K camera. What more can you say? It's absolutely brilliant. But it is one of 3 cameras I've got. Now, the next camera we're going to look at is this one. Okay. The next camera is this. I don't need the remote control for this. I just need the software. And if I go to the software and I tap that, I can then come to me. Okay, and I'm going to zoom in a little. Let's zoom in and let's move over here. Move up a bit, down a bit. Let's go back. Let's go back to me. Okay, now the thing is, I'm controlling all of this with the software. So if I go down to there, go up a bit, okay, I need to have my head needs to have headroom. And if I go left, again, and I'm going to zoom in a little. Okay, so now let's have a look. You can see the Samsung Galaxy S22. You can see the chess set behind that. I'm happy with this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the presets. I'm going to set this preset. Now, the first thing, this is not the Nexigo camera, by the way. Let's go over here. This is the Oberspot 4K. And I'm going to go down to the 4K camera. And it's the Oberspot 4K. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, and put this on. We're talking about the Oberspot Tiny PTZ 4K webcam. PTZ is pan, tilt, and zoom. Pan, tilt, and zoom. Okay, that's what PTZ means. And it means that, well, if I show you one, let's go over here, and it's got 3 presets. So you can look at me, you can look at the desktop, okay, and there, if I just go up a little bit, this is the Oberspot 4K camera. You've got the lens at the top, you've got a 2-axis gimbal, and then underneath that you've got the camera body. Now this is on a very stylish Lume Cube stand. We know Lume for the lights. This is their stand, the first one they've done, I think, and I quite like it. It's different from other tripods, and it just matches the camera itself. So that's the camera itself that you're actually looking at. And then I might just be able to do this. I might just be able to do the 3rd preset, which is to go out to the garden. Now, this is a live feed, not from my garden, but from my neighbor's garden. And if I just zoom out, we've got 4 times zoom on this camera. And if I zoom out, you can see that we're actually looking through the window. And then I can zoom back up to 4 times zoom again. And that's it done. Okay, so it is. Let's go to me. It is AI-powered framing and autofocus. Autofocus means that when I lift up this remote control, you can see it. In other words, I am no longer the focus, the object is, and you can see it clearly on the screen. AI-powered framing, I'm going to show you in a moment how the AI works for this camera. It is a 4K video conference camera, and it has dual omnidirectional microphones, so it picks up sound from all around. It's got auto tracking, which I will demonstrate in a moment, and it's got light correction as well. So all good standard features. Got gesture control, magical gesture control. If I go like that, the camera will start following me. If I go like that, the camera will stop following me. If I go like that, it will zoom in. If I go like that, it will zoom out. Okay, you just need to be in front of the camera. You don't need to be anywhere near the computer. Just to reiterate, it's got dual omnidirectional microphones with noise reduction. And the next feature, it's got 3 preset positions. We've seen those. And it's got AI tracking. And as you've just seen, we go here again, the desktop. You can either mount the Oberspot on top of your monitor, or you can mount it on a tripod stand. If it's mounted on your monitor, then you just need to look at the monitor or just above the monitor. If it's on a tripod stand, you can set the tripod to be at eye level. So the camera is at eye level, which means that when you have to look at the camera, which you should be doing most of the time, you can look straight at the lens. You can ignore everything else. Okay, but now we've come to, so that's the versatile mounting. Okay, and then what I'm going to go on to is come back to me. Let's come back to me. Okay, so we're back to me now. The other thing is it's got AI tracking, and the AI tracking means this. AI tracking means this, that if I stand up, yeah, then the camera is actually following me, and as I move about, just give me a second, the camera will actually move with me, which is brilliant because it means that I can present either sat down or stood up, and as I move anywhere 130 degrees it can go through. The other cameras I showed you just 90 degrees, 130 degrees, and every time I move, the camera lens follows me. It makes sure that I've got headroom, and it makes sure that I'm in the center of the picture. Okay, let's take that versatile mounting thing off. As you can see, the camera is still following me. Okay, and the camera will follow me. I don't have to do anything. I mean, I could present stood up, I can do present sat down, and the camera will follow my every movement. It's so simple and so straightforward. And it's the most fun I've had with the camera. I've got to be honest. I mean, if we go through the cameras we're going to be looking at, the Brio is the first 4K camera I got. And I got that basically because I was interested in 4K. If you get a 4K camera, then you can go and get OBS. You can add your camera to OBS. You can set the destination to YouTube, and you can set the resolution to 4K. And once you've done that, you can go live on YouTube in 4K. And it's just awesome. The quality of the picture in 4K as opposed to 720, which is what you're watching now, is stunning. Yeah. And we're ahead of the curve. If you've got a 4K camera now, then you're ahead of the game because a 4K camera is going to be the standard. The only thing we're waiting for is everybody to have gigabit internet. Fast internet is the one thing that we're looking for. And once we've got fast internet, then Chrome, Google, will update the browser software and we'll be able to broadcast in our browsers in 4K. At the moment, we can only broadcast in 720 and 1080. Okay, there's the restrictions. I brought this 4K camera into my Chrome browser, but I can't broadcast out at 4K. I can broadcast out at 720, I can broadcast out at 1080, but I can't broadcast in 4K. If I get OBS or vMix or XSplit Broadcaster, then they're capable of broadcasting in 4K. So you need a desktop program to actually broadcast in 4K. And if you do that, then you'll be astonished by the difference in quality. Because this is the future. 4K is where it's heading. That's why I'm spending so much time investing in 4K cameras and investing my time in 4K cameras, because this is what's going to happen over the next year or two. All cameras will be 4K, and there's a difference between 720, 1080, and 4K. 720 is very friendly. I'm grateful for this, but it's friendly to your face. Yeah. Once you've got to 4K, if you go live at say 8 p.m. at night and you're broadcasting in 4K and you had a shave early in the morning, then by the time you go live, you'll have a beard. Well, you can't see it, but the camera, the 4K camera, will see that you have a beard. So we have to rehearse now in order to change our practices so that when we go live in the evening, we actually prepare beforehand as to how we're actually going to look on camera. Presence on camera has always been important, but presence on a 4K camera is a different thing entirely. Yeah? So just my 2 cents. And whilst I'm sitting back down, I want to say thank you for actually watching me on Amazon Live. I'm glad that you've actually found me. Just let me go here. And I'm going to drag this camera back over here. And I'm going to go to the desktop. And whilst that's going to the desktop, I'm going to sit down again. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, and if I go back to me. So the Obspot 4K is a brilliant 4K camera. It has AI. It's got 3 presets, and it does a darn good job. in terms of having a good presence on camera. It's a high quality camera. I've got two OBSpots. I've got the OBSpot I bought back in January, which is 1080p and 2x zoom. I've got the OBSpot 4K, which you're watching now, which has 4x zoom and 4K. Okay, easy to remember. Thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. We're looking at, if I bring this up on screen now, we have been looking at the Nexigo, and then we looked at the OBSbot 4K, which is down the carousel at $269. It is a pan tilt zoom camera, PTZ, with a 1/8 inch sensor built in. And we've also looked at the Logitech Brio, which is $129.56. And just on a note, that is today 14% off. Okay, so $129.56. It's a great price today. If you click the link in the carousel, then you can take advantage of today's discount. Okay, so let's come back to me. So this is the Nexigo. This is the Logitech. And this is the OBSbot. Okay, and what I can do is I can show you all three cameras on screen at the same time. And I'm using three cameras. So let's just say Logitech, the one next to that, or the OBSbot is there. So if the OBSbot is there, then the Nexigo must be bottom left. Okay, so this is the future. This is 4K cameras. These are three 4K cameras. If I put this on screen, just a second. You've got Logitech Brio, you've got the OBSbot 4K, and you've got the Nexigo. They're all great brands. They all have everything you need or we want in a 4K camera. You can see that they're set up slightly different. I'm going to have to work on that over the weekend. The Logitech Brio is known to be slightly oversaturated for colors. Yeah. The OBSbot, what I'm going to do on the OBSbot, let's just have a bit of fun. I'm just going to zoom in slightly on the OBSbot. Okay, and we're trying to get, if I go down a little bit, okay, so that's getting closer. Okay, and then on the Nexigo, I'm doing all this with software. I've got three lots of software that I'm using to actually control this. And I can control the Nexigo with my remote control. So I want to move to the left. Left. That's showing too much. Okay. Now they've got slightly different angles. The Nexigo and the Logitech Brio have got the same angle. So you're getting the same image. Because I'm looking up at the camera, you've actually got the same image showing. The OBSbot is off to one side. So if I look at the OBSbot, then, yeah, so I'm going to concentrate on looking at Logitech and the Nexigo. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, so I'm going to shrink the software because I don't need the software again for a moment. Right, which is the best cameras of these cameras, these three, do you think? Let's go with the Nexigo. Okay. Right, so that was all three cameras on screen. We're now back to the Nexigo because it's got the clearest picture of the three. Okay, and I'm now going to go over to a microphone. Okay, if I go to my second, I can use OBSbot as my second camera, and I can go over here. This is my desktop. There's the OBSbot, and this is down in the carousel at the moment. This is the Blue Yeti in all its glory, and it's a magnificent microphone. I mean, I always judge microphones on basically how they sound to me. That's the only thing that we can actually do. How does a microphone sound to you? And it's got basically a gain control, and if I was to turn the gain control, my voice would get louder. All I need to do is sit in front of the microphone. It has a button to mute. I can mute it, though I can now mute it with software as well. It's got a mic in on the back, so you can actually hear the sound that's coming out of it, which is not necessarily sound you're hearing, but More on that in another program. But that's the Blue Yeti. And I think the thing about a microphone, and go next to go again. The thing about a microphone is it's a personal choice. Yeah. And I've got 3 microphones. We've got the Audio Technica, which is down the carousel at the moment at $99. We've got the Elgato Wave 3, which is $149.99. And then we've got the Logitech for creators, which I've just shown you, the Blue Yeti. And my good friend Nick Wood kept showing me the Blue Yeti, and I thought that sounds brilliant. And the Blue Yeti is 18% off today. So instead of $169.99, it's $139.99. So you're getting a great price on the Blue Yeti today. There are various setups. There's Logitech, there's the creator package, there's the mic on its own. I put the package in because if you are a gamer, then that's what you need. If you're a solo broadcaster or a broadcaster on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or Twitch, click the link and you'll find all the various Blue Yeti mics that are available. Blue Yeti, right? No. Blue Yeti. Blue is not the color. Blue is the company. Okay, and Blue were bought by Logitech. So it is the Logitech Blue Yeti officially. Okay. And I just love the sound of it. Now you're in the box seat here. There are over 2,000 live broadcasters on Amazon Live. In other words, there are 2,000 shows you could watch. You could build your own TV channel. To build your own TV channel, all you need to do, if you're watching somebody and you enjoy their broadcast, is to actually follow them. And you can create your own TV channel. Okay. In addition to that, when you watch somebody live, they're using a camera, they're using a microphone. It's the only way you can get here. Ask them which microphone they're actually using, and they will tell you which microphone they're using, and they'll probably give you an Amazon link to it as well. It should be in everybody's carousel. Just my fellow Amazon Live broadcasters, do put a link to your camera and microphone in your carousel. Yeah, because it's important. I mean, odds on most people are actually using a Logitech camera. Okay, most people. Some will be using the Elgato Facecam. Some will be using Nexigo, which you're looking at the moment, and some. But as far as microphones are concerned, there are hundreds of different microphones. You could have. It all begins with a lapel microphone. Yeah. This is the PowerDeWise lapel microphone. If I go over here and I put this in the carousel, let's just talk about mics for a moment. When you start broadcasting, yeah, you use your computer's camera and microphone. That's where we all start. And then once you've been bitten by the live video bug, then you start to buy things. Now, one of the first things you'll buy is an external camera. And down in the carousel at the moment is, wait for it, I'll find it in a second. I'm going to go backwards and forwards today, is the Logitech C920X. And Logitech C920X is the first camera that I got. It's down there at $69.49. It's the first camera I got. I'll come back to sound in a minute. I'm just busking today. Logitech C920X is the first camera that I bought. As an external camera. It's got built-in microphones. In fact, I can tell you a little bit about the 920X. If I take that off and let's go here, the Logitech C920X down in the carousel, the X stands for extra, is full HD, 1080p 30 frames per second. It's got clear stereo audio from 2 microphones. It's got HD light auto correction, and it's got advanced capture software for actually controlling the camera. Okay. Now I can, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'll stop for a second. Let's take a break. Say hello to Dr. Elo. or Ephraim. And in honor of Ephraim, what I'm going to do now, I've been waiting for the opportunity, Ephraim, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to put this on. Okay, so we've now got the comment snake, and I know why Ephraim actually commented, so that he'd be at the head of the snake. I know these things. So he's at the head of the snake. And if you want to be at the head of the snake, which is going to go around the screen for some time now, all you need to do is comment. Corinda's commented, I've commented. If you want to be at the head of the snake, just comment. And next comment. You're first. Yes, you are. Okay, if you want to sort of beat Ephraim, Dr. Elo, then just type a comment. You can type your comment on Facebook, YouTube, or Amazon Live. And if you do it on Amazon Live, brilliant. The other thing you can do is you can follow me. I'm going to take that button off. But if you do follow me, you'll see your name in lights. Yeah. We actually, because I'm broadcasting from Be Live, we can actually show on screen your name if you decide to actually follow me. Okay. So leave the snake running. So where were we? Oh yeah, the Logitech C920X. Just a minute. Let me go here. I'm destroying my studio. Okay. This is a Logitech C920X. And the thing about the C920X is, as I said, you've got the 78 degrees field of view, you've got the lens in there, you've got two microphones, and you can either attach it by putting it, like if I go like that, just a minute, if I go like that, you will be able to see. Yeah, you just put the lip, just a minute. There we are. That lip goes over the back of your monitor, and then you just adjust it. The other way you can do it is in the bottom of every camera is a thread, and with the thread, just a minute, let's go here. With the thread, you can actually, yeah, you can actually put it onto a tripod, and that's all you need is the thread. Let's come back to me. So C920X now. The X stands for extra, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go down into my carousel on my page, and I'm going to play you a short video. Hopefully, if I can find it. Just a minute. I usually have it down here. That's it. Okay. I said earlier, and it's got low light compensation, 78 degrees field of view, was released on 31st March 2020, this camera. Mine is 7 years old. I've been using this for 7 years. I haven't had a single problem with it. You plug it in, plug and play, put it on your monitor or at stand, and it will just work. But this camera has obviously been updated and redesigned. But we're talking about the Logitech C920X. The X stands for extra, and I'm going to show you what the extra is. So let's go here, bring the video up on screen. Okay, and if I come down here, I can tell you that the Logitech C920X includes 3 months license of XSplit VCam background removal. Okay, I can hear you asking, what is background removal? I'm going to switch my microphone off and let's just watch a short video. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Overview of XSplit VCam, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the XSplit VCam program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now XSplit VCam is an external program which you download from XSplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this if I go. Okay, first of all, I want to say a big thank you to Mr. Peppermint Schnapps, who's followed me. You helped make my day, and your name went up in lights, as I said it would. And okay, why are you following me everywhere? Okay, it's obviously between. Hello, Maya. I don't know. Basically, the conversation that's going on between yourself and Mr. Peppermint, and I hope you get it resolved, whatever the problem is. But thank you for actually watching me live. I do appreciate it. And we're talking about, if I can find it, just a second. Yes, what we're talking about. We're talking about a Logitech C920X camera, which is down the carousel at the moment at 69. And just a minute, I've got a comment coming in, and it's a comment I'll take because it takes Dr. Elo to, yeah. Okay, and Maya, please be kind. And thank you for saying that, Efrahin. I do agree. Yeah, thank you. Okay, because the last thing we want is basically, I mean, this is not this. Back in the day, we'd had bulletin boards and we had people actually monitoring. Now I'm trying to broadcast, and yeah, good night. Thank you. Some of my comments actually come through automatically. So we are talking. Keep on going. Okay. Okay, so this is Logitech C920X, and it does include 3 months of the background removal software that you've just seen. And if I go to go here just a second, forgive me. And it does include. Okay, I am actually, as well as being live here, I don't know whether you can see that or not. The lighting's not helping. Just a minute. Okay, I'm actually live on Facebook at the same time. And okay, and let's just take that off and bring the snake back, because Efrahin must be at the head of the snake by now. Okay, so the snake is back. If you comment on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Amazon Live, then the snake will show. And I'm just going in the comments, and let me just follow the comments for a second. Yes, you're first again. Okay. Right, if you want to be first, if you want to overtake Efrahin, then please do comment. But I'm actually live. The lighting is. I've got a problem. Well, I've got a particular problem. It's now pitch black in the UK, which means there's a lot of reflections going on, and I can't actually show you that on screen as I want to. But thank you for the interaction, Maya. One of the beautiful things about commenting on Amazon Live is that the more comments there are, the busier the broadcast gets. So you have made a positive contribution to this broadcast today. As Ephraim as well, as he always does. I was live earlier with the One String team, and that was brilliant. So this is my second live of today, and I'm enjoying myself. I always do enjoy myself on Amazon Live. This is a great place to broadcast. It's the best place for a broadcast to actually present, and we're very fortunate and very thankful that we can do this. And of course, we're all working hard at the moment, practicing for Black Friday, okay, which is less than 4 weeks away. And Black Friday is a most amazing time. Black Friday and Cyber Monday, coming up at the end of November, are brilliant. And Ephraim and I, because Ephraim also uses the system, well, Ephraim and I use the same system, which is this one, which is BeLive. And so does, well, I saw the review earlier from David Utechpia, and if I hadn't already been using BeLive for 6 years, I'd be tempted to actually start using it, Ephraim. So there you go. Now, where shall we go next? We've done the cameras, I think. The cameras, we've done the microphones, we've looked at the Yeti, which is on discount today. The Elgato Wave 3, which is next to me. I can show you the Elgato Wave 3. Just a minute. This is the Elgato Wave 3 microphone. I haven't got it working at the moment. And if I change over now, I'm afraid that something might happen. So I'm just using the Blue Yeti at the moment. It's my new favorite microphone, but the Elgato, I do swap around between the two microphones. Okay, back to me. Okay, and we're coming up towards the hour, which is good. And if you stayed with me for the hour, then I want to say a big thank you. Right, the next item we're going to look at. Right, going to basically, if I switch the snake off for a moment and go here and switch off the snake, just give me a second. So the snake is gone. I'm going to bring this on screen. Okay, and if I take the logo off, let's take the logo off for a minute. Okay, your host is Stephen Healey from England. We're talking about live broadcasting. We've talked about Logitech Brio. We may talk about the Samsung S22 mobile. I want to say thank you for watching. And if you've got any questions about live broadcasting, then please do ask. I'm fortunate to have been live broadcasting like this for the last 7 years. And if you want any hints, tips, or tricks or recommendations, then please do ask. In the carousel, I own over 80% of the items in the carousel. So if you've got a question about any of them, then please do ask. I use them every single day. You're watching a Nexigo camera, which is down the carousel. You're listening to a Blue Yeti microphone, and we're about to go on to the next item. And to do that, I'm going to put that logo on and apply. I'm going to take the notes off. And oh, I missed the logo. I thought I put a logo on there. Just a second. Okay. So you know now you're watching Stephen Healey. And again, thank you to Mr. Peppermint for the follow. And Maya, if you're still watching, thank you. And we're going to move on from the Logitech C920X, which includes 3 months of XSplit VCAM background removal software. And the next place we're going to go, I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay. And I need to use something. If we go over here, you'll see that hiding behind that microphone, if I just move the microphone, is my Stream Deck. Okay. And if I, on the Stream Deck, go to here, yeah, and I press that button, I can load Fitbit. Okay. So what I'm doing, just by pressing that one button, is I'm loading my Fitbit dashboard, and I'm going to show you it in a moment. Okay, so let's come back to me. Okay, and thank you for watching on Amazon Live. You're watching Steve Healey live from England, and right, the next item, which is down the carousel, is this, and this is the action part of lights, camera, action. Yeah, it is down in the carousel, and if I go through here, let's keep going through the items that I've been talking about, and eventually there we are. So I'm going to hide that video because we've played the video. I'm going to switch that camera off because we don't need it. I'm going to switch that camera off because we don't need it. And I'm going to go side by side. Okay, if you're watching on Facebook, then you may have got the link to the item, which is a Fitbit Charge 5, and that should appear on Facebook and YouTube as I'm broadcasting on Amazon. It's not an affiliate link, it's a direct link to the page on Amazon.com. This is the Fitbit Charge 5, and if I go side by side and I change things up a little bit and go here. Right, so this is the Fitbit Charge 5. It is the first, just a minute, my props are not working. It is the first Fitbit with a color display. It's also the first Fitbit with GPS. Now, Angelica and I both have a Fitbit Charge 5, and we got the Fitbit Charge 5 basically to stay fit. Walking is one of the easiest ways to stay fit. And 11:30 every morning, I put on my Fitbit, making sure it's charged. I connect my mobile phone to my, just a minute, let's do this properly, shall we? Okay, I use Aftershocks headphones. They're down in the carousel at the moment, and these are they. The headphones are lightweight. These are ideal for walking, jogging, running, and cycling. And I use these when we go out for a walk. And when I say walk, I'm talking 5 or 6 miles. 11:30 every morning, I go and I walk 5 or 6 miles. That's my exercise for the day. I try and do 8 miles a day on average. 4 miles a day on average, 8,000 steps. 2,000 steps equals 1 mile. And as soon as you go outside your door, you're actually exercising. But this Fitbit Charge 5, which is down in the carousel, has GPS, and I'm going to show you. Everything I'm about to show you is free. Okay, you buy the Fitbit and everything. There's no subscription. If you don't want a subscription, everything I'm showing you is free. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to share. If I go here, I don't want any advertising because we're on Amazon and I want to make sure that everything's working. And in a second, everything will be working. 3, 2, 1, back to me. And let's go over to here. And I need to share screen first. So share screen, and let's share screen so that we have the Fitbit site in our sites. Okay, so let's go share. And my Chrome browser. Okay, I think I'm back. Okay, my Chrome browser. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my personal dashboard from Fitbit. So if we go here and bring it on screen, this is totally free. Fitbit are owned by Google. This is my dashboard on Fitbit. And if we go through it, one of the things about starting a fitness regime is you start off well, and then after a month it peters off a bit, and then it peters off a bit more. what you need is people to support you. Now, at the beginning, your family and friends will support you. Okay. But if you join Fitbit.com, you will be supported by people around the world. And what happens is that you join the communities on Fitbit.com and they will cheer you on. There are two ladders, okay, two challenges each week, a weekday challenge and a weekend challenge. With the weekday challenge, if I go out the door and I walk 3 miles, then somebody will actually cheer the fact that I walked 3 miles. If I see that they've walked 2 miles or 4 miles or 10 miles, I will cheer them. So you've got a society who are actually mutually supporting each other. Okay, let's come back. I'm going to hide the picture because you've seen what it looks like. And I'm going to go picture in picture again. Okay, I'm going to shrink myself. Okay, so let me shrink. Okay, so we are now shrunken. Right, so community is an important part. Everything I'm showing you is for the Fitbit. Fitbit are owned by Google, and everything I'm showing you is totally free. Now, I got less than 6 hours sleep last night, so it's recording my sleep. If you wear your Fitbit to bed, then it will actually measure your sleep pattern, whether you're in dream sleep, whether you're in light sleep or deep sleep, or whether you wake up, is all measured by your Fitbit. If you wear your Fitbit to bed for 4 days, then you can get a sleep report. If you want to improve your sleeping pattern, then you can get advice on that. The 60,000 is the maximum number of steps I've done in a day, which is 30 miles in one day. I walk marathons. That's why I've got the 60,000. You can keep a weight diary and you can track your weight over a period of time. All this is free. There is a weight diary which is available on desktop, it's available on iPhone, it's available on an Android phone, and you can track your weight. In addition to that, it has a food diary. So Fitbit is tracking your exercise. You can record your food and your water, and you can then compare the energy you're expending when you go for a walk or a jog or a run or a cycle with what you're actually eating. It tells me that on average, I've done 85 minutes exercise a day in the last 28 days. And that is 9 minutes a day better than I used to do. But this is where it comes into its own. The watch, as I said, is tracking your steps. The information is sent out to Fitbit.com, and what happens then is this. Okay, it might take a second to load. Now, today is my day off from walking. I walk on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays, and it's tracked my distance today, 2.24 miles. This week, I have walked 33.58 miles. This month, I walked 136.74 miles. And this year, this last 12 months, I've walked 912 miles. Now, my personal target is to actually walk 1,000 miles a year. Okay, 20 miles a week, 1,000 miles a year. And the Fitbit is helping me do that because it's encouraging me. The people on Fitbit, I take part in the challenges, and the people on Fitbit do cheer me. I cheer them, so it's a virtuous circle. But it's helping me get to my target of walking 1,000 miles in a year. Now, I said that this has got GPS built in, and that means this. If I go down here and I go to yesterday, there, this is all free. Everything I'm showing you is free. You just need to buy the Fitbit down the carousel, and then you too can get all the information that hopefully I am about to show you. I'm hoping that it will come up on screen in a minute. I'm hoping it'll. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. You see that? Right. Okay. Now it's running slow because I'm actually broadcasting, but let's try again. Right. Okay. This is a map of where I walked yesterday. and this is close to me. What we did, I'll just take you through my walk. Let's follow the map. Went out the house, and then we walked down through town, okay, by the brewery, and then walked down this road. Now, this road is out into the countryside. So we went out into the countryside, and then we turned left and we stopped because that is the site of a restaurant called the Rowdy Cow. The place is called Rowd. The restaurant is called the Rowdy Cow. And we stopped there for lunch. Okay. Now, it was threatening rain. It was going to rain hard. So Angelica came back the way that we've just described. Yeah. So Angelica went back that way. But I went further on, and I went into Rowd itself. And then I turned into Rowd, and then I turned left, and I went down, and I got to, just a minute, let's go back a bit. I got to the canal. Yeah. Each of those blue oblongs represents a lock, and the locks carry boats up the canal. And I was going to walk up the canal, but I looked, and to get onto the canal side, you've got to cross a bridge, and the bridge it was pouring with rain. The bridge was 3 inches deep in water. So I thought, well, I can't possibly go that way. Okay, what I'm going to do is, you can see a little squiggle next to it there. I actually crossed the road, and I thought I'll go under the bridge, because there's a bridge that goes, a tunnel that goes under the road. And I went to the tunnel, and we're talking about Fitbits, by the way, if you just joined us. I went to the tunnel, and the tunnel was flooded with 6 inches of water. So I couldn't walk back along the canal. So I had to come up further on, yeah, to there, and then I went to the main road. Now, this is a main road. If I go here, this is a main road with cars doing 60 and 70 miles an hour. It's a dual carriageway, 2 lanes. And on my side of the road, there was standing water. Well, in fact, not standing water, it was moving water, because it was pelting down. It was a horrendous rain. So I had to walk all the way up here. Let's go here again. I had to walk all the way up. Let's get there. I had to walk all the way up here in the rain, being drenched by vehicles driving past me. And eventually I got back up to the top, and then went through town and came home. I walked 7.64 miles, as it says there, and you can see underneath. And this is the important part. This is the important stat. I wasn't just walking, I was exercising. I did 56 minutes cardio exercise, and let's just put my glasses on. Okay, in that walk, because I was walking at some space, I did 57 minutes fat burn exercise, 56 minutes cardio exercise, and 46 minutes at peak. And I'm going to say this, yeah, so it's told me I've used 13,000 steps, 1,000 calories burned, and I was active for 2 hours, 2 minutes. All of this information is invaluable in staying fit. To be able to know that you're actually burning fat whilst you're walking, you're doing your heart good because you're walking at the right pace, you're doing both good because you're actually walking at peak. Now, on Saturdays in the UK is something called Park Run, which is, take the glasses off, it's something called Park Run, which every Saturday at 9 o'clock at hundreds of locations throughout the UK, athletes get together and walkers, and they run or walk fast 5 kilometers, 3.1 miles. And that's the way thousands of people start their Saturday. And there are marshals and everything. And tomorrow, Angelica and I will be there with our Fitbits, okay, with our mobile phones, with our headphones, listening to rock music, and Angelica said she's going to run tomorrow, so that will be good. And it's just the greatest way to stay fit. All right, I want to say a big thank you to everybody who's watched me live today. It's been my pleasure. I want to say thank you to Ephraim and to Corinda and even to Maya for actually commenting today. We've looked at a whole variety of things. If I come up, bring this up on screen with me, if I stop screen sharing, in today's broadcast, bring this up. I'll take myself off full screen. In today's broadcast, we've looked at the Fitbit Charge 5, which is down in the carousel at $148.95. We talked about the Audio Technica, which is $99, that's down in the carousel. We talked about the Elgato Wave 3, which comes with software, so that not only can you use it as a microphone, you can actually play Spotify through it. We've talked about my Yeti, my Blue Yeti. We've talked about 2 OBSBots and the Logitech C920X, and the X stands for XSplit VCam. And I played you the video about XSplit VCam. We've looked at Logitech Brio. We've looked at the OBSBot Tiny 4K. And we've looked at the Nexigo, which you've been watching. If you're watching on Facebook and YouTube, you've just been given links to all the products we've looked at. Those links are not affiliate links. So if you want to take a look at links, you can do. They are on Amazon.com. And it's been my pleasure to actually broadcast live to you today. Now, this week has been difficult because this week is now, we're only 4 hours ahead of the East Coast this week. Next week, we're back to the 5 hours because your clocks change on Sunday. I don't know if you knew that, but, oh, and Ephraim's still here. Okay. Right, okay. And Ephraim, if you're actually starting to live broadcast, then do that. I'm going to bring the snake back for this final bit of the show. Let's have a snake on because Ephraim's determined to finish first. I think he's in a race with Maya because Maya is commenting too. If I go down, and the Wave 3 secures your pocket. It's future-proof. Okay, yeah, it is a choice. It is definitely a choice. Okay, so with Ephraim at the head of the snake, I'm live at 11 a.m. Eastern every weekday next week, and we're looking forward, obviously, to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. I'm thankful for Ephraim for joining me today, and to everybody who's joined, thank you. Have a great weekend. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye for now. Bye.